And with that, we are all ready for Mirror's Edge, so let's give it up for Voetiem.
Hey yo, we're doing some absolutely brilliant Mirror's Edge. Hope you're all doing well, chat. Voetiem, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yep, I'm Voetiem. I'm the Mirror's Edge speedrunner, currently holding 80% world record. And I'll be running 80% today, and I'm joined with my commentator, BIINGOBONGOS.
And
I'll give him a round of applause.
And I'll be commentating most of this game because it's really focused. It's really focus-based, movement-based. So you'll be hearing me most of the time. So
yeah, I'm gonna try and put in a lot of effort and show you this game as best as I possibly can.
Yeah, we're gonna do some insane stuff.
So, Jim, would you like to, or BIINGOBONGOS rather, would you like to do the countdown for me?
Well, I will say that this is any percent, so absolutely anything is permitted, including glitches. I know everyone here knows about glitches and such. So I'll do the countdown. So on the go. 3,
yes.
2, 1, go. So we're starting off really intensely. He's going to skip training, and then he's going to go straight for a chain that is known in the community as a prologue chain, very creative. Basically, he does a glitch that's going to be used throughout the run called a kick glitch. And now a kick glitch is when you wall run off of a wall and then you kick. And as you can see, that chain is absolutely amazing. And it's called a wall run kick. And after the kick animation, Faith stays in a grounded state for like 1 frame. And then you can jump off it with a jump bind that we have binded to our scroll wheel. And you'll obviously you'll see this a lot during the run. Also, another trick that he's doing is the wall boost. So if you see him go into a wall and boost out of it, that's called a wall boost. It's also... we also bind the scroll wheel for that, bind the scroll wheel to jump, and we just spam it so that we can get faster speed. And when you look into the wall deeper, you get more faster. As you can see, absolutely brilliant. Amazing display.
Unfortunate death.
Unfortunate death, but that's obviously a death abuse and nothing to worry about. Just brings you back about 10 seconds.
Can you explain chaining these movements together?
Yes, so chaining these movements together, you can chain wall boosts, kick glitches, etc, etc. He tried to do one there, and we're going to see a lot more throughout the run, so I'll let you know. And there you go. That's what we call gloss chain. Shout out to Gloss. There you go.
Did you explain side jump boosts?
Yep, I'll explain that soon. So when you see him turning his camera, he's doing what we call a side jump boost, and that is when he gets full speed by turning his camera 90 degrees-ish and pressing the jump key and pressing a directional key at the same time. So it's a bit hard to explain, but basically what it does is gets you to full speed without having to run 7 seconds. And that is the end of prologue. We're moving on to chapter 1 now. As you can see, this game goes really quickly. He's going to do a difficult maneuver. We call this the vent kick glitch. And he gets it. Very good. Absolutely brilliant. And I'll talk about what we call the use glitch soon, once he gets into this area. And ignore that skill roll is obviously for skill, not for speed. So there's some wall boosts, and he's doing a glitch called the use glitch. It's where we do a different animation from the button animation, and we abuse it to not get the button animation, because the button animation is really slow. And he's gonna move on to some guards, some really nasty guards.
We play on easy for a good reason. It allows us to run past most of the guards in this game. The combat isn't very fun in most people's opinion and in mine, and it's also very fast to run past them. So that's why we play on easy.
And what he's doing now, he's doing chapter 1 skip. So through our special tricks, he's gonna go into an area that has already been deloaded. He's re-entering this area, and then he's doing a kick glitch wall boost. As you can see, another chaining of movements, and this saves about 10 to 15 seconds. It looks super trippy, so understandably, if you're shocked by it, you should be, because it looks amazing. And we just progress through this chapter as quick as we can, doing the best movements that we can.
Gonna go for the chain.
All right, go for it. He's gonna do a really difficult chain. Let's see.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. All good though. It doesn't lose that much time.
Doesn't really lose that much if you miss it.
Yep. But it does look amazing.
Coming up is a pretty big skip, and I'd like Jim to explain the elevator clipping and the elevator bounces.
Sure. He's going to go over these guards because these guards are really dumb on easy, and he's going to do what we call a pedestrian skip. So he's going to clip through this elevator, and he's going to position Faith very specifically out of bounds in this elevator, and then he's going to fall off and in a really specific area and jump off of this. As you can see, the map is loading, and he is going through lots and lots of death barriers. You don't see it because they're all invisible, but he really is doing it. And we skip through going through pedestrians. Ooh, that was close. That was really close.
And I got it. All right, so the hard part about that there is there's an invisible wall there that I have to navigate around, and I have to wall run on a curved wall, which is not something you typically do in this game. So it's a little bit buggy.
Yeah.
Can you explain how the elevator clip works?
You just jump Q2.
Basically, you just quick turn into the back corner of an elevator. When it changes your state from your normal moving state to like a kind of block state in the elevator, where you can't move, and it just zips you to the top for some reason. And that elevator bounce is, I like to say it kind of works in a similar way as a kick glitch. Because like you're changing game states, so you're able to jump. It's kind of weird. Anyway, that's chapter 1 done.
This is chapter 2 now. I forgot to mention that he was, I'd like to call it for this run, checkpoint abusing. It's where we just get Faith to a checkpoint. And he's going to do another instance of that now. So he's going to go for a trick called cannoli. I think this was found in like 2016 or something. Not sure. Not very up to the times, but that's fine. This is going to be another one of those kick glitch chains that are it's really fun to look at if he gets it.
Just going to jump out of bounds here. Land on this ledge out here.
Yep. Moment of silence.
And do some wall boosts, and hopefully I can hit this kick glitch chain.
Don't worry about it.
It's unfortunate.
Damn. You going to go for it again?
I'll go for it one more time. I think I'll use reaction time.
Cool. If you see these glitches, just don't worry about it. No problem. Definitely a glitch. But yeah, in the community we call this canal skip or cannoli. And it's somewhat precise. The community's gotten down to a T now, but it's still difficult for beginner and intermediate, even intermediate players, due to just how weird the positioning is. It definitely looks easier on world record videos, but actually executing it, I can tell it's pretty difficult.
Alright, so there I used a feature of the game called reaction time. It's basically a slow-mo that you get, and it recharges over time.
Yep.
And it's quite useful for hitting those tight tricks like that under pressure.
And now
you'll see it a couple more times. For sure. And I quit out and reload, and now I have spawned much later in the level in the storm drain sections. So it skips about 40 seconds of parkouring downwards into this storm drains.
And yep, as I said, if you looked at the bottom left during that, you would have seen a loading icon, and then he just quit out and reload. And we're going to see a lot of that throughout the run, because it is something that we really abuse in any percent. We love just going through the checkpoints. He's doing a really specific strat. Wow.
Very nice.
That's really good. That's a really tricky strat. Don't know how to explain that one. You'll have to take the wheel on that.
Yeah, so you've probably seen a few times already, but during the wall climb mechanic, you can also perform that same side step that you see me doing to get to full speed. And that can be used in a lot of spots in the game to gain height, but also gain an extra wall run, like such. And we can do, any sort of action off that wall run, so we're able to gain a lot of height and get up to a very specific spot on top of some pipes and get to a high area, which avoids running around. So here I'm going to do something funky. Unfortunately, I missed that.
Yep, I think you can tell that the pipe was not meant to be climbed onto, or the valve, whatever it was you're supposed to climb, but we're gonna go for it anyway.
There we go. You may have just seen me walk on thin air there, and
no, he's just
because I did.
Nah, you walked on water. It's fine.
Normally you're meant to turn that valve to turn off the water, and that removes the collision of this waterfall, but if you don't do that, the collision just stays there, and you can abuse that to get up to the top of the storm drains much quicker than you'd normally be able to.
And we're gonna move on to, I would say, one of the most infuriating parts of this chapter. This storm drain is okay, but there's some really hard tricks that Vo's gonna try and go for.
Yep, just gonna run past those guards there. They're no problem. And clip this elevator here. And I need to listen to an audio cue here.
Don't let him wind you up, okay? He used to be a pretty decent runner. God knows who he's working for now.
I'm gonna run into this room at a specific time and it will load around me. And that achieves a couple things. One is T-posing jackknife. Very nice. And the other is he's not present during the race. So I will be doing the kick glitch chain now, or at least attempting it.
Yep. Kick glitch chain is just more precise than cannoli, and the first kick glitch is really awkward. And ooh.
And I got it.
That
Incredible.
is insane. What the hell?
Can we please get some
claps in the chat, please.
Claps in the chat.
Claps in the chat. PogChamp claps, all you can. That was brilliant. That is so difficult.
So here I'm going to quit out and reload. It's actually not fast RTA, but I'm just so used to doing it because it's faster in game time.
Show the clap.
Anyway, so let's go for this here. Oh, unlucky.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll go for kick glitch.
Yeah, let's not explain that now. Let's do it later.
Yep, we'll do that.
So I'm just going to kick glitch across this gap here. This is technically out of bounds. And then I'm going to hit that cutscene from the opposite side where you're meant to. I'll skip quite a big section.
Yep, and we're moving on to chapter 3.
Yeah. Thank you. 3A3C time.
Alright, shall I explain it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so 3A3C is a really creatively named skip that we found, a really big skip that saves about 40 seconds. It basically, the name comes from skipping from checkpoint A, which is the beginning, to checkpoint C. And what this consists of is doing well, first he's going to go for a marathon save strat just to make sure that we don't lose lots of time.
I'm just going to grab a checkpoint just so things don't go disastrously wrong.
Yep. But secondly, he's going to do a specific, lots of specifics here, specific, finicky, all those words to describe this game, climb. And it looks super wonky, but he got up there. And he's going to do a very difficult kick glitch wall boost chain, and he's going to look as deep as he can into the wall to get the maximum speed he can to hit this checkpoint that's later on during the level. And
unfortunate. Very unlucky.
Debated. So we're just going to go for a 3A office skip. We clip through this light because that's really weird collision, and we go out of bounds to a different checkpoint. Because we can. And yeah, this is Office. You wouldn't have seen this if Vo got 3A3C. Not placing the blame on you.
Really unlucky, but not a big deal. So as a funky little climb there, you can just kind of run up those waterfalls. Just keep running through most of the Office legit.
Yep. We see more of the Stormtrooper aim coming from the guards, but they do flash us. Really rude of them. I don't know why they're so rude.
Kind of a good thing, because you get to see the best part of the game coming up. The Honkovator, appropriately named.
The Honkovator.
Just a fair warning, rip ear users. If you have ears, rip.
and I can't hear anything anymore.
Not sure how loud that was on stream, but
I can't hear anything. Can you say something?
this is where we would be if I made that skip, but unfortunately not.
Yeah. This section as well, 3C, is also a really irritating section, full of finicky sections. He's going to do a kick glitch chain here. Just a little short one. Beautiful. Really difficult to do that. All these tricks are really difficult. And another kick glitch.
That's a little skip there to skip running up on the above building, and it also despawns the guards here, which makes the section easier.
And this is like the only peaceful time during the run, because we just climb up into...
Yeah, and coming up is a trick called Crane's Kick Glitch.
Okay.
Take the wheel.
Okay, so Crane's Kick Glitch is a notoriously difficult kick glitch. It is not like a regular kick glitch. It's one of the few special instances. It's what we call a speedy kick glitch. Basically, there's a ledge on the ground that will give us one. I don't really know how to explain it. I would say we have to do a kick glitch on the frame that the ledge bumps us up. So you see a ledge over there, and he's going to use reaction time to get it. And he got it.
Looking good.
Looking good.
Unfortunate. Just not quite enough speed. You have to be at absolute full speed to hit this trick.
Yep. So full speed, as fast as you can. Almost frame perfect, I'd say. Reaction times made it more useful. I mean, more consistent. Shout out to Requiem.
Yeah, if you've been looking carefully, you might have been able to see my custom glove texture. Yeah,
Yep.
shout outs to Evan and Rexy and Jim as well for creating it. It says direct relief on it.
Hey, can you hear Mr. Miller?
And that was Crane's kick glitch. Frame perfect. Absolutely brilliant.
Rip Joe, by the way. So now we're in chapter 4. Gonna do a little Spider-Man climb here, using some wall climb side steps, and we're gonna do a pretty big skip here. You can explain it.
Yep. So this is the chapter 4 skip. It consists of us falling out of bounds to hit 2 checkpoints that are inside one another. So we pause, we hit the tab once for setup, and then once more to load the area. So you see that black area, and we just hit the loading trigger, and we're already like in the train section, which is a huge time save. And then there's this blue wall strat where we essentially not infinitely, but wall boost quite a lot on this blue wall. And
the nice thing about that skip is you save rope burn. He dies if you do the chapter normally, so shout out to any rope burn fans there.
Canonically, he doesn't survive, but since we're really nice people, he survives. And hopefully Vo gets I don't think he's gonna get it, but
no,
we can...
I'm gonna get a big honk here.
A big honk. Rip headphone
That was
users.
so close. Alright, we're all good, guys.
So we can actually not get the train to honk at us and skip that entire deal, but I'm not gonna say Vo was slow, but he was a bit slow.
I was slow. I made some mistakes, but it's alright. You usually have enough time to react, and even if you're further down in the tunnel, you can jump to the side on top of some pipes to save yourself.
It's not that big of an issue.
Yeah, so we're gonna turn these fans off and jump through them.
Yep.
And land on a train here.
And this is an auto scroller, so this is some downtime if you want to read anything.
Yeah, read some donations if you've got
for
anything
sure.
to read.
Yeah, we have $7.50 from Bebop Kid. Mirror's Edge is one of my favorite games of all time. Happy to see it ran. Giving as much as I can right now. I have faith that we can get some great relief for COVID. Great job setting this up.
Good one.
Always got to get the faith puns in. $10 from Maxome Bromide 115. Had to donate once Mirror's Edge got running. This is amazing. Looking forward to Antechamber 2. Good luck out there, everyone. We actually have $1,000 from Large Data Bank. Let's get that Mirror's Edge future punk aesthetic. What we all lived for in 2009. Thanks for the great entertainment and great cause.
Pog chat. That's amazing.
Yeah, great job.
I heard some laughter, but the train is so loud on my end I couldn't hear anything, so... That is this train done. We're going to face plan into that sign to kind of end the level a bit quicker. And chapter 5, right off the bat, a really precise kick glitch onto a big invisible wall here.
And
we're going to kick glitch past the trigger here that'll cause those guards to shoot us to death, that is. And yeah, that's pretty big skip in this area.
Yep, but we're sick and cool, so they don't kill us. No problems. They just don't really activate. And we have to go slow in this room because if we don't go slow, the other area does not load. And that's not very good. So that whole section would have to be replayed again. But we're going to clip into this elevator here. You going to go for elevator bounce?
I am.
He's going to go for elevator
similar
bounce.
to the pedestrian skip you saw me get earlier. I'm going to do another elevator bounce here. And you can continue.
Yep. So you can't jump in the elevator, but now he can because it's loaded. Ah, that's a shame.
So my intentions there was to go for a trick called an infinite wall climb after that, which is essentially chaining wall climb side steps together infinitely to gain height, and you can have about 5 seconds there.
Pretty difficult. But he does a really nice... Oh, go for it again. He's gonna do a really nice kick glitch.
Missed it.
No.
Oh, no.
It looks cool. That's all that matters.
No, I didn't get a checkpoint. Okay.
Also, shout out to Red Bull. Good stuff. Yeah. We're gonna go for it again. It's
shout
not
out to
terribly
Red Bull,
punishing.
dude. I love Red Bull.
Yeah, Red Bull. My favorite.
My favorite drink.
On it right now. It's it's
behind
6 a.m.
water, I'd say.
Anyway, this section isn't really as punishing as some other sections, other checkpoints we'll find later out throughout the game. But it's fine. No problem.
So in this section, I'm gonna do a tricky little series of movements here to skip climbing any of those pipes. Just what you're meant to do. It's quite specific since you have to... one of the pipes actually has a load trigger that loads this area. So you have to avoid grabbing that pipe whilst hitting that trigger. And it can be a little bit tricky. Pipe climbing is really
Very
cool in this
slow.
game.
Two contrasting answers over there. It's really makes me sleep. And we're gonna soon pass by some guards that will probably, depending on how things go through these guards because they're not solid. And nope, never mind. Forget about what I said. He's gonna go for a chain. He's not gonna go for a chain because that's slow.
I tried. I looked back too early. I messed up. I messed up in like the best possible way you can, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief, kick glitch chains are not fast, and that's why we don't do them. Obviously. But yeah, I think this would be some downtime.
Yeah, little. I'd
Okay,
like
yeah,
to
we can
explain
do
BIMA
some-
at this point. I think.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry. There's an important trick coming up called the mall beamer. The beamer is basically like a speedy kick glitch, except it's on a wall, and instead of kick glitching, you just do a quick turn. There's one frame where the wall pops you out when you're wall climbing, and if you quick turn on that frame, it'll pop you out. So everyone in chat, I want you to type in chat a number, and that's how many how many tries you think I'm gonna get beamer in.
Yep.
I'm gonna say 1. What do you think, Jim?
A solid 7.
7. No
Yeah.
faith.
I think the average chat says 1.
An incredible first try.
Okay.
So that's a frame perfect trick.
A frame perfect trick.
FYI, if you got that wrong, you're donating $5 to the marathon. I don't make the rules.
I said 1.
Jim, that's $5 from you.
Whatever. It's for a good cause. Shout out to Direct
It is for a
Belief.
good cause.
We got them on the glove. Just mentioning that one more time. Go ahead and show it.
So that mall beamer saves about 40 seconds of going through a section that we will get to later. That we run through twice. basically a quick ascent strat. So normally we would come through like this area, but at the bottom of it. But the beamer makes it so that we can get to the top of it quicker.
Otherwise, we have to go through either some really, really absurdly difficult strats that I don't want to mention, or just go through the chapter normally, and that's slow, and we don't like going slow.
Some great movement on the staircases there.
Yeah, that was RNG. That's the end of New Eden.
Now we're in 6. Another big skip coming up. Factory skip. Sort of similar to like some other stuff you've seen. Take the wheel.
Yep, okay, so we go out of bounds. We're gonna see Vo jump off this railing and then roll off an invisible platform. And we are gonna go to a certain load trigger that loads in the factory. It's really trippy. You can see all the textures just going around. Factory skip. And he has to go on this wall to hit the load trigger, kick glitch, and he's in the factory, just like that.
Yeah,
don't know how he
so
does
normally, I mean, you go through an earlier part of the factory, but pretty easy to get out of bounds in this game. It's a common theme that you might have noticed.
Yeah. Inbounds isn't really our thing. And we just go through the rest of this factory as such.
It's a glitchless joke.
Glitchless joke right here.
Another instance of RIP ear users.
Yep, should have said that before. Come on,
I haven't explained that, I guess. So I own a Logitech G502 mouse. I really hate this mouse, but it has a free scrolling function. If you don't know what free scroll is, it basically just unlocks your mouse wheel so you can do like, you know, an unlimited amount of scrolls. And if you certain buttons in this game, if you do the use glitch and you free scroll them,
it gets really loud.
It'll actually count all those inputs. So in those cases, those elevators go up really fast if I just free scroll the buttons that control them.
Literally cheating. But yeah, it's
and that's also what you saw Honkovator do earlier. It opened the door really fast. Anyway, yeah,
it
go on.
It goes for almost every switch, except Valve's, I think. It just makes the game sound file just repeat itself over and over.
Except for the explosion skip.
Oh yeah, explosion skip, classic. We're gonna get to that.
So this is something I find quite fascinating, but I don't know, it's never really mentioned. There's a hidden springboard here. So you've probably seen me do like springboards throughout the game, but that one is not like shown to you by the game. But there's tons of them in the game that are, you know, like hidden away. And that one turns out to be quite useful. And
that is basically the end of chapter 6.
Yeah.
Parandella Kruger.
Parandella Kruger, who are bad guys, I guess. Kind of like a secondary antagonist. So, boat time.
It's boat time. Yep. Gotta hold on. Just wait. He's gonna go for boat chain first. Is another insane kick glitch chain. Unfortunate. So he's not gonna go for boat chain. He's gonna go for a normal strat that we do. It's another instance of checkpoint abusing where we. Okay. Well, this chapter is called boat. I don't see any boat. Do you, Vo?
Yeah, I don't see any like huge boats next to me. No huge green boats.
I don't either. So we're doing another checkpoint abuse, going over this fence and hitting a checkpoint that's like from checkpoint A.
This is the end of the level.
Yep.
You're meant to go in the boat. But man, that's slow.
That's slow. No one wants to go through the boat.
It's slow.
It's a nice looking boat. But we fight a character here. I don't want to spoil it. Should we spoil it?
No, we're not going to spoil it.
We're not going to spoil it.
The blank file. If you haven't played the game, we're not going to spoil who this is.
Yep. Because we're good people.
Skip the cutscene so you don't know.
Just imagine we're beating her.
So yeah, we're normally meant to go inside the boat and kind of chase that person around a bit and get to the end of the level there. But the start and the end of the level are both outside and quite close. So we just run to the end. No big deal.
No problems. And you've seen these cops in chapter 6, actually. They're called pursuit cops, but don't worry about it. They're pretty bad at their job. see a main theme with these guards not really doing their job very well because we're just going too fast. And this is the regulator. I'll stay silent because it's the best. That was some good music. Thank you very much. Going back to chapter 8, we're gonna do a skip that we call. Well, actually, I don't know what it's called, but yeah, go
it's
on.
called Chapter 8, Checkpoint B, Elevator, Out of Bounds Skip.
Creatively named as all of the
Creatively
skips
named
are.
after, you know, what it is.
We
We kind of gave up with naming things.
Yep. We just go out of bounds on this up area, and then we skip the elevator because we fall down, and another checkpoint abuse. Very good. Fantastic. And then we just load into Atrium. Vo's gonna do what we know in the community as chimp strats. Shout out to Chimpanese.
Chimp, yeah.
And basically it's the infinite wall climb again, just some sections of it.
Yeah, so that was what an infinite wall climb looks like when I was describing it back in Chapter 5.
Yep. And I think everyone loves Atrium. I know I do.
So, yeah, we're going to take some little shortcuts to the atrium in here. We're going to get to an upper part that we're not meant to be. We're normally meant to crawl through some vents, but me being the clever person I am, we're just
Really
going to get out of
clever.
bounds and jump to the end of the vent here.
Yep. And we call this
which-
Ventrium.
Yep, there's a checkpoint there, which loads on the sniper area. So there's a cool trick here. You can explain truck bang, as it's known.
Truck bang. That's the first time I heard of it. So we die intentionally to get the truck spawned in early, and we can shoot the truck through the building because we're cool. And he's gonna do it if he can. He's gonna line it up. He's not gonna get it, but that's fine. Because
Okay,
obviously,
second try.
Second
It's called
try.
truck bang because it's like, you know, a Counter-Strike wall bang.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and I don't know, some story stuff, not very interesting. Like our sister was in that convoy.
Yeah,
I
we
don't know,
shoot it down. Ugh.
We shoot the engine and blow it up to save her. Yeah, I know. Some logic.
Yeah, pretty cool. I think the story writers really slept on. Okay, that's enough.
Okay, let's just ignore that. Let's pretend I didn't. Okay,
Alright.
chapter 9 now.
This is the last chapter. And-
Trick here. Also, another instance of rip ear users.
Yep. Or if you want to enjoy the amazing sounds of explosions, turn your headphone volume all
So
the
that
way up.
valve there will cause an explosion to blow open a door there, and
Thank you.
yeah, and that happens. If you free scroll it, it'll stack the sound like on top of each other
Yeah.
from each input, and it'll end up being very loud.
That was music to my ears. Thank you. And we skip those guards. They don't know how to do their job.
Once again, support direct relief. Shout out to the glove makers. It looks really nice.
Thank you. And we're gonna do a hard skip. I mean, it's not really hard. It used to be really hard. It used to be a run killer, and it's called Super Bev. It was a horrible run killer before, but now we found a really easy way to do it. We clip through the elevator in a certain way, not the ways you've seen beforehand. We're gonna turn jump-ish. Not turn jump, but turn like that. And we're gonna do another instance of pause buffering, or using the tab. He's gonna get that bag at the right corner of his screen, and he's gonna get the vent near the right corner of his screen, and that's our visual cues. He's gonna load into a room we're not supposed to be in, and he gets the checkpoint.
It's a whole lot of
Whole lot of vents.
running like indoors inside vents, which you can imagine is very limiting. So and we're right into another
Sniper
skip here.
Yep, another skip. It's the sniper skip. You see the snipers? They don't know what they're doing, and we're skipping them because we clip through the building, sort of through that light, and we can just skip that entire section. There's a small line of collision that you can see there that he was jumping on.
On like these like thin pieces of collision, you can kind of just continuously jump and you won't fall off.
Yeah.
Whereas you'd normally fall off if you just ran on it. Okay, I missed that one. Fun
we
fact,
see the vehicle?
I killed a really nice world record run yesterday to the beverage skip. So we got like a minute of elevator. You can read like a donation or two if you'd like.
Sure, I have actually a pretty adamant donator here from Boohoo with $25 twice that says, from the Mirror's Edge community, let's go Vo.
Thanks, Bua. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
And we have 1777 from Zeph. Love seeing Mirror's Edge run. The tech is fantastic. Thanks for doing this for a good cause.
Shout out to Zeph as well.
This is the last thing.
Last skip of the game. Go on.
Yeah, go on. I'll do it. Server room skip. He just clips. He just clips and he does it. Absolutely brilliant. There's no need to explain that.
Man.
It's crazy. Perfect. Wonderful. He skips.
Like, if you've played this game, you're normally meant to disarm one of those gunners and destroy those servers. And for some reason, that opens the door there. But
we
you can
don't
just kind
have
of
to.
clip through that texture a bit and get behind the wall. It's very strange. And time's coming up very soon.
Yep.
And that's time.
G.
And as a treat to you, this is what we normally do with marathon runs. We go into third person to showcase some great animations.
Ooh, it's having a bit of a trouble there.
Jim, do you want to do any shout-outs while this is happening? Any plugs?
Definitely do some shout-outs. So, first of all, thank you, GDQ, for raising money for the heroes during this pandemic and letting Vo run this game. Wonderful glitchless game, obviously. Just take a look at what you're looking at on screen. And shout out to the entire Mirror's Edge community for being such an amazing community overall, putting effort into everything, finding new strats and such to make the game as fast as possible. When this game was last run, this category in any percent in 2016, I believe, the game was not as fast as it was now. So thanks to the community for making everything so speedy.
If you want to learn this game, it's very fun. You can join the Mirror's Edge Discord. Just there's a link on speedrun.com/ME, which stands for Mirror's Edge. And follow Jim on Twitch. BIINGOBONGOS, I think.
Follow Voetiem on Twitch. Voetiem, he actually streams. And one more thing.
You stream too. Yep.
Yeah. And if you want to see insane tricks, you can take a look on YouTube. Look at the Mirror's Edge community segmented speedrun. Vo has done some segments in that speedrun, and it is just eye candy, in my opinion.
Okay, thank you. That's all we have. Credits not playing correctly. I do not know why. But thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I'll be back with Anti-Chamber. Stay tuned.
All right, what an incredible run by Voetiem. And while they are getting set up for the next run, which is Anti-Chamber, I'd like to read a few donations for you. We have $20 from BBGN227 that says, I said I'd donate $20 if Bongo made a bad boat joke, so here we go. I hope everybody had fun during the Mirror's Edge run. Thank you so much for your donation. $5 from Itherfang that says, I think this fantastic run deserves a $5 train. Hype. Yeah, let's see that $5 dono train going. Can we do it? Let's see. It's 10:20 p.m. for me. I don't know what time it is for all of you, but I'm on the late night. So if you're up and it's late, come on. Get those donos in. We have $100 from Sprawl62 that just says, honk. Honk is still very much a thing, I think. $25 from Pestilent Glub. Shout out to all the fellow essential workers out there. Yes, shout outs to all the essential workers doing everything that they can to make the world continue moving. So thank you. $25 from Plutonium Jones. Shout out to my fellow respiratory therapists on the front lines taking a break from manning the vents and breathing the people during this hard time. Keep fighting the good fight, and remember, albuterol is not a viable speedrun strat. Oh, now everybody else is honking. There you go. Nicely done, everyone. $25 from Moose143. Thank you for everything you're doing, and special shout out to our healthcare and essential workers. Much love. Well, I'll give all of you some time to get the $5 donation honk train going. I just want to say thank you again to Red Bull for the awesome gifted subs during the Mirror's Edge run. We here at GDQ really appreciate you supporting the speedrunning community like that, so thank you so much. Shout outs to Red Bull. And a couple of our game sponsors. We have Final Fantasy XIV Online. And the Final Fantasy XIV Online free trial allows you to play as many jobs as you want up to level 35 with no time limit. Join a welcoming community of over 18 million adventurers around the world. Live your own story as the warrior of light fighting to deliver the realm from certain destruction. Change jobs freely on the same character, no need to ever reroll. Endless depth of content even outside of battle. Housing, crafting, fashion, the gold saucer, and more. So Final Fantasy XIV, you can start the free trial if you want. I haven't played it, but I've actually seen the speedrun of Final Fantasy XIV, believe it or not, and it was pretty awesome. So I might have to, I might have to give that a try. One of our game sponsors is also NIS America with their game Prinny 1-2 Exploded and Reloaded, coming fall 2020 to Nintendo Switch. 2 action-packed chapters of Prinny's rise to becoming a hero, now with newly remastered graphics. Limited edition is available on the NISA online store and major retailers like Amazon, Best Buy, and GameStop. This is the only physical version of the game. Limited edition includes art book, 1-disc official soundtrack, building block set, poster, and an all-in-one collector's box. The game will also be available separately on the Nintendo eShop for digital download, so go to printys.com and check that out. I saw so many honks in the chat, I couldn't keep a straight face, so well done, everyone. I'd also like to remind everybody that Corona Relief Done Quick is benefiting the Direct Relief, and the Direct Relief's COVID-19 coronavirus efforts are focused on the personal protective equipment, things like masks and gowns and gloves that are most needed across the world. So in addition to providing PPE, Direct Relief is supporting U.S. community clinics and health centers with chronic disease medications to make sure that people living with these conditions do not go into acute crisis as a result of the surge of people needing medical care due to COVID-19. Direct Relief is ramping up efforts to provide the prescription medications and medical resources needed for the most severe cases that require hospitalization and ICU care. So you can learn more about Direct Relief's ongoing efforts related to COVID-19 at directrelief.org/emergency/coronavirus-outbreak. Okay, well, let's hear from some of you. We have $5 from Hoodits. I said 3, so here's my 5. Love to watch the Mirror's Edge runs. Keep doing a great job, and let's show the virus that we're fast. $5 from Anonymous that says, hype. All right, and it looks like we are going to roll over to a quick Twitch ad, and we will be right back. All right, welcome everybody back to Corona Relief Done Quick. We have $5 from Scout Kid. I had no faith in Voetiem getting the wall pop trick. Here's my $5. Good luck to all the runners and stay safe, everyone. We have $250 from Anonymous. Awesome run so far. Let's get Mario. Honks for all our healthcare workers and our essential workers keeping the lights on for